Hey guys, welcome to Indiana State Doctorate of Athletic Training Program. Let me just introduce myself first before we get started further with the video. My name is Melissa Erickson and I am part of the 27th class of Doctorate of Athletic Training students at Indiana State University. I worked here as a GA for 2 years while I was getting this degree, working specifically with the baseball team. I graduated undergrad in 2015 from the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. So you guys are either about to get started with your classes or you literally just started your journey here at Indiana State. So you guys might be feeling a little bit nervous, don't know what to expect, and let me just say that I felt the same way going into it. I was very much nervous, just moved to a new place, starting a program that I didn't know. I knew what it was going to be about, but it was the first year of actually doing it. So there's a lot of unknowns for me that got me really nervous. So I was just like the format, for instance, the format's online. And most of you guys are used to your traditional education of in person. I didn't know how the material was going to be addressed, assignments that we had to do, since it's not your traditional learning environment. But it's kind of good that this isn't your traditional learning environment for this program. First of all, you guys should feel very honored and blessed that you're a part of this program. Indiana State has this tradition of excellence in athletic training. You will learn things that other clinicians may not have experienced. For instance, standardized patients, mock scenarios, educator class, patient-rated outcomes, practice-based research, evidence-based practice, so on and so on. And most clinicians may not have learned that or experienced that or will experience that. So this program is a challenge. It's meant to be challenging, but the goal is for you guys to become leaders in the profession, become a well-rounded clinician with evidence-based practice and patient-oriented care, and you will find how you can make an impact in the profession. Now, taking myself for an example, I'm not the most vocal, I'm not the most take charge person that you would see. I'm very much passive and introverted and take a step back and more observe things. But I've learned how I can lead in a different way. You don't have to lead in like what we think leading is as like a boss or in your national organizations, president of something. You don't have to be that. You can be a leader in your own right. And for me, I can lead by just with my actions for other people to see and my students to see, or I can just lead in my own way in small ways in my clinical practice in the future. So that's something that I learned and took out of this course, this whole program. Here are some things that you could expect with this program. Number one, you can expect a variety of assignments that are given to you. This could be anything from group work, it can be readings, like a lot of journal articles that they provide you, reflections, so reflecting on your practice, becoming very tech savvy, because it's a lot of technology-based projects, learning new tools and resources that you can use in your clinical practice, and you can become really good at talking and being yourself to a camera, all by yourself, like I'm doing right now. You should also expect trying to tie into your clinical practice. These professors really challenge you to make new ideas and think about how you can apply these techniques that we learned. For instance, we just had an assignment that we had to do of like how we can, taking a risk of bringing something forward that, whether it's to our stakeholders or to anything else of addressing a problem. So for my group, we talked about our problem that we have in our clinical practice is that young professionals, they have trouble leading in their practice and they feel like they have to stand back even though they should be pushing forward and becoming a voice to help our profession grow. So what we decided to do is we made a podcast that we're thinking of publishing for the Young Professionals Committee. So those things like that. There's other assignments that you have to teach in front of your students or in front of coworkers, learning these new techniques, and you get graded and learning more about feedback. Here's my tip for you. It's easy for you to incorporate your stuff that you learn in this program now when you have the support in your clinical practice. So when you leave this program, you can retain those skills. The third thing that you can expect is that the professors really care about your growth on an individual level. This is considered a distance online class. They treat it like you're right there with them, right next to you. You can still contact them by phone, Skype, email them with questions. You can even set up a time to meet and say, hey, I need to talk about my assignment or what I can be doing better. They're here for you, for your professional as well as your personal growth. Okay, so 6 semesters might seem very, very long, but taking a look back right now, about a week before graduation, the change that you're going to make is going to be unbelievable. For instance, like, just reflecting back this week, we had an opportunity to do so. I feel like I'm more confident in my practice. I feel like I'm a better, well-rounded clinician, really caring about the patient in ways that we can track that. I feel like I'm more confident in my schoolwork too, and that I understand that you can make mistakes. You're gonna make mistakes. It's okay. But you guys and I took them as learning opportunities versus mess ups or putting yourself down for them. So that's kind of what I did with that. I also just looked at my first semester's growth, and you're just going to grow within how you do assignments too. I look at a video of myself, a lot of videos of myself on YouTube, and a letter that I wrote to myself. And first of all, the letter that I wrote to myself was really bad writing, and I actually laughed at it, and I was so concerned about being an online format. Don't be concerned about being online. It will work out fine, and you'll get the hang of it. So my first video was very awkward. I was like a robot trying to say what I thought was needed to say and show no personality with it. And also I took a video of a Skype interview that I did with an iPad instead of taking a video on a computer. So it's just really funny to see how you grow in completing these assignments. Overall, you guys should feel honored that you're getting your doctorate degree in athletic training, especially from Indiana State. It is very tough, it is challenging and stressful, but it's also very much rewarding. Looking back, you will grow tremendously in ways that you never dreamed of or never even believed of occurring. So I just wanted to wish you guys the best of luck in completing the Doctorate of Athletic Training program at Indiana State and becoming that tradition of excellence and forging the future forward.